So, what's going on, guys? This is Brian Pickwitz here at BP Fitness. I'm coming to you guys from Colorado Springs in Colorado. I want you guys to take a look at this. Take it all in. This is one of the most beautiful things that I've ever seen, and what I want to talk to you guys about on this Monday rant is essentially what it took to get here, how we were able to make this happen, and really some of the personal struggles that I've had to face in order to make it so I could build outward, and what it takes for people to really succeed when they're facing struggles. So there's so many times where there's things that we're looking at, and we talk about struggle. You talk about, not being able to push past things. And so I want to talk to you guys about a personal story, because there's so many things that have happened in the last 8 to 10 months that it's been really hard to talk about, and I haven't put it all out on here because I've been focused on building the channel and building this business. But when I first moved from Franklin, New Hampshire, and I decided to relocate to Manchester, and I started to focus on the actual business portion of this, what happened was, I remember moving, I remember deciding I can't grow here. I needed to be in a place where I was succeeding and I was pushing myself. And what happened was, I had $34 in my bank account. I was in this place where the only thing I had was, the money to pay my rent, and I decided that, I need to move. I need to be able to do this. And so it took an extreme amount of faith to do that. And I remember sitting in my car at the Manchester Mall, just sitting there and just telling myself, you need to find a job. This isn't gonna work. You're not gonna succeed. There's something that's gonna go wrong, and you should hedge your bets now and just make it so that you're comfortable. So when things do fall apart, you're prepared. And so what happened was, I remember sitting there, I remember being in a place where, like I said, the third time I sat there, I remember being in a place where I said, no, you need to commit. You need to actually follow through on some of the things that you talk about, and it needs to become something that you actually stick to. And from there, we've built this business, and now we've worked with almost 250 clients in the last 2 years. And so what I want to talk to you guys about is facing the struggles that are going on, whether it's financial, whether it's, spiritual, whatever it is that you're going through, and rising. You look at the people who you are inspiring to be aspiring to be like, rather. Those are the people who have faced something and risen. Those are the people who, you look at in your life, and those are the people who face tremendous struggle and end up succeeding. I look at my clients, and the people who win the most are the people who end up being in a position where ultimately, they are going through this process, and they keep fighting, they fight all those doubts, and ultimately what happens is they get to the place where they succeed. I look at some of the clients who have had massive transformations, losing almost, I've had clients lose 50 pounds, 60 pounds, and I remember getting a text 3 weeks into it, I'm not sure if this is gonna work, I don't know if I can do this, and those people are the ones who fight through and make it so they succeed. I was talking to a client today, and she's been having a lot of struggles with her, discipline and sticking to the plan that she wanted to. And I told her today, I'm like, I'm so proud of you, because you are facing this and you're also pushing yourself to get better. And so that's what I want to talk to you guys about. Everything that you have, everything that you are trying to succeed on, it's just going to take a little bit more effort. But in time, those skills that you learn, because you're able to push through that, make it so that you can win in other areas of life. I think I talk about bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is a great example of facing struggles and rising. And once you see how you can make it so the things you weren't able to do before, you can do, and you take those principles and you apply them everything else in life, I think that's where you really start to see that everything can change the moment that you decide. But it takes that moment, it takes that decision inside your head, inside your heart, and just you deciding that you want to win. I'm a kid from a town of 700 people. I grew up in a place where both my parents were only able to give me small amounts of things, but they were able to give me as much of their attention and love as they had. And I went to a school where everyone had this expectation, it's a private school, and I was lucky because I got a scholarship, but all these kids were handed things most of their life, and they didn't really know how to fight, and there was this expectation that you get out of that school and you're supposed to be already set because of who your parents know and all these different things, and that wasn't my reality. So I started building it on my own. And so what I'm telling you is that it's going to take you a tremendous amount of work. Anything that's worth building takes time, it takes effort, and it takes everything you have in order to succeed. But if you guys look out there, you look at some of the places that we're going to bring you in this massive transformation that we are going through right now, I would not be here, Lindsay wouldn't be here, we would not be in this place where I could even make this video without facing those struggles and rising. And so what I want to do is I want to talk to you guys. If you are having struggles, whatever it is, maybe it's struggling with your weight, maybe it's something you want to change in your physique, you know, comment below. Actually put it out there, and I want to help you however I can. I want to actually be able to, you know, get you to the place where you're succeeding, or it might not even be that. Maybe you just need some motivation. Maybe you just need someone to talk to. Let's build the community around these actual moments, because that's what they're here for. And I just want to give this to you guys because there's times where I just never thought that I would be doing the things that I'm doing right now. And if you guys can get to the place where you see that you can do it too, I'm just gonna be so floored by how much you're gonna be fulfilled. And I think that's where you're gonna really start to win. So, this is Brian Pickwitz here, BP Fitness, coming to you guys from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Check that out, beautiful. Subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, let me know what you're struggling with, like I said, and I will see you in the next video. But let's keep making successful gains, one rep at a time. Boom, Zeus.